This is confusing, because usually with an ovation like that, I'll be getting ready to do an encore or something. But now I'm going to speak to you. Today, I feel this is the most vulnerable point of my life so far, because I'm about to reveal to you some things about myself that will probably get me to lose the respect of my students, the admiration of my children, and maybe even get me fired from my jobs. But the honest folks here at TEDx tells me it's just between us. So since that's the way it is, that's okay with me. So I may be the laziest and the most self-centered person on the planet. The self-centered part, you'll find many who will agree with you. But the lazy, maybe not so much. But the truth is, I have never had a big goal in my life, and I don't like doing anything that requires a lot of work. Sure, it'd be great to have a great garden to be proud of, but doesn't that take a lot of work? So I tell myself that's why God invented grocery stores and flower shops, and I move on. Sure, it'll be great to have lots of higher degrees and to be proud of all of that, but that definitely takes a lot of time and commitment, so I won't do that either. Besides, there's way too many professors anyway, right? So, sure, it'll be great to have a clan of kids that you can call are your children, and the planet is much better because you put them there just like that. But that takes a lot of work and energy, which actually should be spent on me, so I wouldn't be doing that either. But wait a minute. These photos, aren't they cute? These photos tell a very different story. How did this happen? So today, I'm here to share with you my theory of achievement. Big goals are not required to achieve great results. Sometimes, as my life has shown, doing what you want or makes you happy, even if it's shamelessly self-serving, could lead to helping others, making a positive difference in your community. Yes, that is not a very good graduation speech. In fact, most of them talk about, and rightly so, about reaching for your goals, following your dreams, and I don't know if I'm alone in this, but I sit in the audience, and I usually feel kind of dumb, because I actually don't know what my big goals or dreams are. I just want my life to continue going in my favor, preferably with very little work on my part, or actually, ideally, by magic. But despite this character flaw, here's what happened in my life. I went to Indiana University, the great Jacobs School of Music, as an undergraduate piano major. 4 years later, they gave me a Bachelor of Music degree and an offer to continue on as a graduate student, as a graduate assistant, and continue studying there. Well, I took that offer not because I had a goal of having higher degrees, of course. It was just a way to keep that job hunting thing away for a little longer. Then 2 years later, they gave me a Master of Music degree and another offer, this time to stay and continue on as a graduate student pursuing a doctoral work. Well, at Indiana, that's a 5-year program. So that was a no-brainer for me. I took that offer. So 5 years later, wouldn't you know it, yes, they gave me a doctoral music degree. But this time, they said, Anne, there are no more degrees to be had, and you have to leave. So I was really stuck now. So with all these fancy degrees I didn't intend on getting under my belt, I had to find a cause, something that was much more noble than going out and finding a job in the music market. So what's more noble than motherhood, right? So I started having kids, one right after another, to fend off really questions from family members like, how come you don't have a job by now? So actually, please don't tell my children I said that. Despite having a mother like me, these children have grown up now to become decent and productive adults, making their significant contributions to the world around them. So despite the selfish way it started, I think everyone has done good at the end, and I feel very, very grateful to having given these children. When their dad got a job here at University of Nebraska, the School of Music had a shortage of piano teachers. So they gave me a part-time position teaching piano, but only because I had a doctorate in music. Now that degree is really coming in handy now. It's like I planned it that way all along. But here's what that degree allows me to do now. I get access to really wonderfully smart and talented students, and I help them become great musicians for the world. And after 18 years of teaching, I'd like to think that my students have gone and touched a few lives in a very positive way. What goes strictly against successful recruiting policy, and many administrators at the university cringe when they will find out about this. When I am asked by students, should I become a music major here at UNL? Should I study music at UNL? I ask them, do you want to study music? Is that what you really want to do? And if they say yes, then by all means, I say. But if it's, I don't know, or no, or there's something else that I'd like to do, I tell them, go do that instead. Go do what makes you happy, no matter how isolated it may seem at the moment. Because doing what you want is what's going to make you happy. So just because you've been doing something for a while and for a long time, and just because you do it really well, doesn't mean that you should continue to do with it. Stick with it if there's something else that makes you happier doing. So when I ask myself, when I'm trying to determine for myself what that next thing is, I ask myself two questions. One, is it legal? Two, will my integrity and dignity allow me to look at myself in the mirror every morning if I do that thing? So doing what you want, it makes you happy, allows for great opportunities that you never have even dreamt about. When parenting started to get really difficult, of course, I looked for ways to make it easier for me. So I wanted to take my kids to events and have them do fun things, to buy myself some downtime. And especially those summer months were the worst. So driven by my maternal desire to find something fun for my children to do outside of my house, I started the Meadowlark Music Festival. It is a summer classical chamber music festival focused on presenting great music and lots of family fun. Oh, and all kids under 6 are allowed in for free. And guess what drove that policy? But it turns out what started as purely a self-centered initiative grew to serve thousands of music lovers and families and children in Lincoln and Nebraska. 6 years after that they've been presenting it, we were awarded the Governor's Prize, Governor's Award for the Best Arts Organization in the state. And when they were giving us that award, they noted how, besides that we present great music to the community, they really liked the part about how it allowed people to do fun things with their children outside the house. So the festival, which is still going on, has gone on to serve thousands of people. And that, of course, that was my noble goal from the very beginning. And that's what I tell the newspapers. So the idea I want to share with you today is don't be shy about doing something that works for you or that makes you happy. And don't despair if, like me, you can't identify big goals or dreams right now or ever. Because I find that having a big goal can sometimes stifle progress. Because from the place of that goal, it could be hard to see how you can get there. And for some, it'd be so daunting that I wouldn't even try. But if you keep doing what it is haven't you ever noticed that if you keep doing what it is and you achieve something really great due to no fault of your own, and you look back and you look at the journey you took to get there, and all the dots miraculously connect. So Keep doing what it is that you want. You don't know that on your forward journey of little steps that are driven by personal need or satisfaction, but it does happen. So, to conclude, I want to tell you about the latest thing I wanted to do. I wanted a forum where I can ramble on about my unproven theories of life in front of a group of smart people who can't walk away so easily. And look what that led to. I'm a TEDx speaker. Thank you for listening. Thank you.